Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, Albay Provincial Planning Office Coordinator Arnold Sion Rubia announced that Governor Edsel Grace Lagman is set to introduce a refined development agenda framework for fiscal year 2024. Rubia said that the Albay Heats Up framework encompasses 6 key agenda, which include health and sanitation, educational and social equalization, agricultural modernization and food sovereignty, tourism, culture and technology, social welfare and protection, and urban planning and development. It can be recalled that for the current year, the governor has set a 5-point development agenda that comprises health, agriculture, digitalization, social protection, and tourism. Rubia said that the Heats Up framework guides the province's development and encapsulates the essence of Albay Biosphere Day. Rubia further said that Albay will be seeking again a nomination for Mayon Volcano for a United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO inscription to the World Heritage Sites. In another story, the provincial government of Albay has celebrated the first Albay Biosphere Reserve Day and second International Day of Biosphere Reserves through a tree planting activity at the provincial campsite in Basag-Ligao City on Friday. Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office PDCAO Chief Dorothy F. Collier said that being declared a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve is a great pride and honor to the province of Albay, not only because its sustainable development is internationally recognized, but also since it is the first and currently the only UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in the Bicol region and in Luzon Island. The province is the third and most recent United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in the country after Puerto Galera and Palawan. In another news, during the observance of All Saints' Day, several families in Albay gathered at the Tombstone Pet Cemetery, where they expressed their affection for their departed animal companions by lighting candles and offering floral tributes. The pet cemetery, located at Farm Plate Gabawan, Daraga, Albay, was opened to the public by the Llaguno family 3 years ago. For them, the care and respect shown to domesticated animals extend to their final resting place. Harry Llaguno, the owner of the ecotourism destination Farm Plate, said devoted pet owners join in this tradition by lighting candles and holding vigil at the first pet cemetery in the province. This burial ground, situated behind the province's smallest chapel within the Farm Plate, houses the final resting place of 63 pets. This intimate 260 square meter space, known as the Garden of Remembrance, marks a unique and heartfelt way for people to remember their dogs and cats who have been or who have passed away. It's the first of its kind in Albay, and its inception dates back on April 23, 2021, when the Llagunos established it in response to a daughter's grief after the loss of her dog, named Licky. In the national scene, United Motorcycle Taxi Community, UMTC, staged a rally protesting a House committee recommendation to exclude a motorcycle taxi company from the government's three-year-old pilot program. The transport group rallied at the Liwasang Bonifacio in Manila to decry Manila Representative Rolando Valeriano's recommendation to shut down the operation of motorcycle taxi company Move It. The transport group said that the proposal was an unjustifiable threat to the lives of many drivers. Romeo Maglungsod, one of the representatives of the transport group, said Valeriano's recommendation would affect the lives of 6,500 families if adopted. UMTC Representative Jet Cruz appealed to legislators to use their power and influence to provide riders with more job opportunities by opening up the motorcycle taxi industry instead of limiting the number of players in the country. In another story, Juan Tumpag Humalon, a radio broadcaster in Misamis Occidental, was gunned down while hosting his program early Sunday morning. Humalon was the fourth journalist to be killed since Ferdinand Marcos Jr. took office in June 2022. According to a report by the Calamba Municipal Police Station, the suspect with a pistol entered the gate of Humalon's house, which also served as the radio station of Gold FM 94.7. The suspect approached Humalon inside a broadcast booth, fired twice, grabbed his gold necklace, and ran away. The attack was captured on a live stream of his show. Humalon owned the 94.7 FM Gold Radio Calamba, located at his residential yard in Barangay Don Bernardo, Neri in Calamba. In a report to Brigadier General Ricardo Layig Jr., Director of the Police Regional Office 10 in Cagayan de Oro City, the police said Humalon died on the spot from 2 bullet wounds in his face. Humalon's family and barangay emergency responders immediately brought him to Calamba Medical Hospital, where he was declared dead on arrival. Meanwhile, the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines condemned the killing of Humalon, also known as DJ Johnny Walker. In another news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said that the government is fine-tuning measures to extend electronic visas for foreigners staying in the Philippines. The chief executive made the statement during the courtesy visit of Indian Ambassador Shambhu Kumaran at the Malacanang Palace last week. In response to Kumaran's request for e-visa extensions for Indian nationals in the Philippines, Marcos said that the provisions for extending electronic visas would not only apply to Indian citizens, but also to other foreigners staying in the country. Earlier in January, Marcos ordered the extension of e-visas for Chinese, Indians, South Koreans, and Japanese nationals to encourage more visitors to come to the Philippines. The Department of Foreign Affairs launched the country's e-visa system in August. And in the news outside the country, authorities in the smog-ridden Indian capital New Delhi and Sunday extended an emergency school's closure by a week with no signs of improvement in the megacity's choking levels of pollution. Every autumn, New Delhi is blanketed in acrid smog, primarily blamed on stubble burning by farmers in the neighboring agrarian states. The city is regularly ranked as one of the most polluted on the planet, with its annual smog blamed for hundreds of thousands of premature deaths each year. The Indian capital, which has a population of 30 million, once again ranked as the world's most polluted city Sunday, according to air monitoring firm IQ Air. In another story, China's defense ministry said on Saturday that a Canadian military helicopter with unknown intentions in the South China Sea violated Chinese and international laws. The move also jeopardized China's sovereignty and security, and was a malicious and provocative act with ulterior motives, a spokesperson at the ministry said in a statement. Canada's defense minister on Friday accused Chinese warplanes of bustling the Canadian helicopter over international waters in the South China Sea the previous weekend and firing flares, putting the crew in danger. The defense ministry spokesperson said that China's response was professional and in line with norms. And finally, in the news outside the country, the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said on Saturday that Japan, the Philippines, and the United States were cooperating to protect the freedom of the South China Sea as it committed to help enhance Manila's security capabilities. Kishida and President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. agreed on Friday to start negotiations on a reciprocal troop access deal to strengthen military cooperation as China becomes increasingly assertive in the region. The Philippines and Japan, two of the United States' closest Asian allies, have taken a strong line against what they see as aggressive behavior by Chinese vessels amid decades-old disputes over maritime sovereignty. Last month, China and the Philippines traded accusations over a collision in the disputed waters of the South China Sea as Chinese vessels blocked Philippine boats supplying forces in the area. And that's all for 12 o'clock news break, November 6, 2023. And we'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer Joy Duque. And on the technical side, Chad Bobbis. And of course, our provincial information officer, Attorney Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our governor, Attorney Edsel Greg Slagman, I am Greg HALLARE. Thank you for subscribing.
'cause we're right